China.
Problema natin siguro dyan, Senator Cayetano, is magandang makipag-usap kung yung kausap mo ay matino. Sa totoo lang. Ang problema, kausap ni President Marcos, first state visit niya ay China. Nakausap niya po si President Xi. Wala pang ilang linggo na dumaan, ayun na po yung green lighting or mga
Green lace.
harassment ng ating mga white ships po ito, Coast Guard and our fisher folk, about the incident of the Navy boat, yung kinuha nila, yung debris from the Chinese rocket that fell. Sabi nila, it was a mutual understanding where they gladly gave us the debris to take back to China. E lumabas yung video, sinisigawan, naubusan nga ng English yung ating Navy. Fortunately, our friends in China do not believe in God, and nor do we believe in the Bible. Because I remember talking to one and I said, "Are you Buddhist?" Sabi niya, "No, I'm communist." So wala silang pinapaniwala na Diyos. So tayo, naniniwala po tayo sa Diyos, takot po tayo kay Allah and to God. Mahirap kausapin yung isang bansa na hindi po takot sa kay Allah o kay God kasi wala po silang.
Mr. President.
Ang aking speech kanina was just basically on Mischief Reef, Ayungin Shoal area, and Reed Bank. Before you know it, kanila na po yung El Nido. Before you know it, baka nasa San Vicente na po sila. Before you know it, nasa Aurora side na po sila, which is the Benham Rice. Because they are sending ships there now to the Benham Rice. So,
The good senator was saying freedom of navigation sa lahat. Ang number one na may interest sa freedom of navigation, magugulat man tayo, is China. Bakit po? Because 80% ng ekonomiya ng China ay nasa coastal areas niya. And mostly malapit sa atin yung southern, di ba? So actually, yung sinasabi ng US na freedom of navigation, yun din ang gusto ng China. Ang unang magsasuffer kung may gera around the South China Sea is China. Ang pangalawang magsasuffer tayo kasi maiipit tayo sa gitna eh. Ang Malaysia at Vietnam ay meron pong strategy na nakikipag-away sila sa China sa territory nila, pero hindi po sila gumigitna sa dalawang superpower na US at saka
ang
China.
problema natin siguro dyan, Senator Cayetano, is magandang makipag-usap kung yung kausap mo ay matino. Sa totoo lang. Ang problema, kausap ni President Marcos, first state visit niya ay China. Nakausap niya po si President Xi, and during that meeting, they were very cordial, very friendly, and nagsabi po nila, they will continue to engage on freedom of navigation or movement within the West Philippine Sea. Wala pang ilang linggo na dumaan, ayun na po yung pag-take over na po ng green lighting or mga
Green lace.
harassment ng ating mga white ships po ito, Coast Guard and our fisher folk. As a matter of fact, since then, the President has called the ambassador several times to Malacanang. If you ask me, I would have been more harsh, actually. So, mahirap ang kumausap sa isang bansa na hindi mo naman matino. You started with your speech by saying that it was a phrase from the Bible. Fortunately, our friends in China do not believe in God, and nor do we believe in the Bible. Because I remember talking to one and I said, "Are you Buddhist?" Sabi niya, "No, I'm communist." So, wala silang pinapaniwala na Diyos. So tayo, naniniwala po tayo sa Diyos, takot po tayo kay Allah and to God. Mahirap kausapin yung isang bansa na hindi po takot sa kay Allah o kay God kasi wala po silang
Mr. President.
pinapaniwala.
Mr. President,
I will just end by saying, I'll just end this statement by saying this. If there were goodwill measures being done by that particular country to our discussions and negotiations, wala po sana tayong problema. Unfortunately, even in our embassy here, nangyari na sa akin yan. Ako hindi naman nabudol, pero I was thrown under the bus when he told me something about Pogo and I shared it to everybody. Ang sabi niya, kasinungalingan, ay pala, totoo pa lang sinabi niya, and I can prove it with the witnesses that were with me there. Then a month after, about the incident of the Navy boat, yung kinuha nila, yung debris from the Chinese rocket that fell, sabi nila, it was a mutual understanding where they gladly gave us the debris to take back to China. E lumabas yung video, sinisigawan, naubusan nga ng English yung ating Navy frogman.
Well, Mr.
Galit na
President.
galit siya. Ang ginagawa nyo? What are you doing? Tapos, we had it here. It was shown in video here. So these are the things that does not happen with Vietnam, nor does it happen with Malaysia, because we have a mutual respect for one another.
Mr. President, that is
So-
my point
President,
precisely.
My
Mr. Pre-
point is,
my-
it's very hard to talk
no,
to
my
another
point
party.
precisely, Mr. President.
Mr. President,
The US is a good friend. They're an indispensable ally. People to people sa ating security economy, we should get closer to them. But we should not be anti-US nor anti-China. We should be pro-Philippines. Because iba ang interest ng US sa interest ng Pilipinas, sa interest ng China.
Yes.
Freedom of navigation, pareho tayo sa US. Pero dito sa ating territory and sovereign rights, wala po so far guarantee ang US. Hindi po sila sabi ng US, sige, go ahead. Get the minerals, get the oil. Sagot ko kayo. Wala pong ganon. Kaya nga ang suggestion ni Justice Carpio, makipag-gitgitan tayo at pagka binomba yung ating isang barko, may war na.
Pero may
Kaya nga
just,
sinagot ni President Duterte, di
If
ikaw
I
ang
may,
sumuko yung
if I may
barko.
interject lang, Senator Alano, you know very much that I am not identified with the political side of Senator Rizzo Ontiveros. We align together on issues.
Agree,
This is
Mr.
an issue
President.
that we align. On this
Yes, Mr.
particular case, I do not have, as a matter of fact, in my speech, I never mentioned about the United States.
Yes.
There's nothing here on my push for this resolution has nothing to do with
I'll
my
clarify that,
friendship
Mr.
with the
President.
United States.
Yes.
I just want to put that on record. And I think the frustration that we feel is the frustration that is felt by the Filipino people. I asked the Pulse Asia for rider questions. 8 out of 10 want us to strengthen militarily against the Chinese push in on the Philippines. Almost 9 out of 10 want the Chinese out of our territory. 9 out of 10, ha? That's 90%.
Hanapin
So-
natin yung 1.
so-
Dapat 10 out of 10 yun.
Hindi naman. Meron naman kasi, alam mo naman, meron naman siguro na iba yung paniwala. Ang punto ko dyan, the freedom of navigation is not for the US alone. It's for us. For example, when we try to resupply our Marines in AYUNGIN shoals, my distinguished colleague, they will not allow a larger ship to pass through. Bangka lang po. Ang ibig sabihin, ang madadala lang nila ay pagkain at kung ano pa mga gamot. Yung my dear colleagues, hindi po sila nagpapadaan ng mas malaking barko because as much as we want to fortify Ayungin Shoals, which is already occupied by Philippine soldiers, just even to put a tent, they will not agree on. They're acting as if it is their territory already. As a matter of fact, that was the last skirmish we had when our supply boats were trying to send supplies to our Marines in Ayungin Shoals. And if you look at the map, Ayungin Shoals is between Pag-asa Island, which is a municipality of Palawan, and Palawan. It is closer to the Philippines. Yan ang punto ko. It's just so blatant na, alam mo, pag medyo malayo-layo pa, okay lang. It's just practice, medyo malayo din po yan. Ang aking speech kanina was just basically on Mischief Reef, Ayungin Shoal area, and Reed Bank. Before you know it, kanila na po yung El Nido. Before you know it, baka nasa San Vicente na po sila. Before you know it, nasa Aurora side na po sila, which is the Benham
Rice.
Benham Rice. Because they are sending ships there now to the Benham Rice. So I think as a nation, I agree with you, we should discuss this bilaterally. But if all our avenues bilaterally will fail because they refuse to listen to us, as a matter of fact, their foreign ministers, I don't think they have Foreign Minister Wang, your friend, is no longer there.
No, he has returned.
He has
So,
returned.
Wang
Did
is
did
now the foreign
did he show up
minister.
now? He's back again?
No,
Because
no.
for a while he disappeared.
No, the one that disappeared has been replaced now.
Okay.
And the former foreign minister, state councilor, and member of the Politburo is back.
I'm
Mr.
glad to hear
President,
that. But
I'm
my-
going to yield to...
To finalize my point is, on the measure you mentioned earlier on Pimentel versus Executive Secretary, it was also held that participation of the legislative branch in the treaty-making process
Yes.
was deemed essential to provide a check on the executive in the field of foreign relations.
Yes.
And yes, the president is the chief architect, but it continues to mention that the Senate may express its opinion on foreign policy. And we've done that
Yes.
in many resolutions in the past.
Mr. President, I will yield to Senator
Laban Pinas.